This is the chemical names and formulas lab, since we did how to name ionic compound and molecule compound. So that's a corresponding lab with it, and you will practice how to name different element or different compound by giving you name or how to write the formulas. First, read through the instruction as always, and then we will get into some different chemicals that you will see. So there's 20 different chemicals that you're seeing right now. Some are given by the names, some are just given by chemical formulas. So a few things you have to do is, if it's given in the name, please write out a chemical formula for that name and also record down the color of the solid substance. If it's given in the chemical formulas, then you have to name it, and also you have to write down the color of the solid substance. At this moment, you probably want to pause for a second and then just make your observation. I will go in one by one. Potassium iodide, calcium carbonate, magnesium sulfate, copper 2 chloride, NaHCO3, KNO3, NaOH, KCl, sodium carbonate, lead 2 nitrate, sodium acetate, ammonium chloride, sodium phosphate, bromine hydroxide, copper 2 nitrite, potassium bromide, CaCl2, FeCl2, Fe2O3, NiSO4. So this is the total 20 different chemicals you're seeing. After naming or writing the chemical formulas, then you'll move down to the next page. Question for analysis. Now this is the next section of this lab. First, I'm going to put the solution in each column that's shown above. Now I finished to drop AgNO3, PbNO3 and then CuSO4, MgSO4, and FeCl3 on the reaction surface. As you can see from the angle right now or the video, most of them are all colorless except CuSO4, which is copper sulfate. It turns out a little bit bluish color, as I can show you the bottle right here. So CuSO4, it turns out color kind of bluish color. And FeCl3, which is iron chloride, it's orange reddish color. Now I am going to drop the solution row by row. Then you can see the reaction happen. Actually, during the lab, when I was dropping the solution on the reaction surface, I made a mistake between sodium hydroxide and then sodium carbonate. So, which you will see, it's a on the third row, I accidentally used the sodium carbonate, and then on the fourth row, I actually used sodium hydroxide. So your data sheet might be a little bit different, but you should see the results still be, you should still able to see the result. Because of the lighting, I think some of the result wasn't really clear enough, but the whole purpose of this lab towards the end and the reaction surface, as you can see on the bottom or in the parentheses, it shows you what ion is actually involved in the reaction. So you should be able to write out the chemical formula for each result of the chemical reaction, such as the first one, silver nitrate react with iron 3 chloride, so which is silver ion react with chloride ion, so you will have silver chloride as the final product of the chemical reaction. Then you can write down the color of the participate you seen in the solution. For the lighting, wasn't really clear enough, as you can see for the column for magnesium sulfate. It does seem it's clearless, but if you look closely, I'll do my best to zoom in more. So there is actually some white precipitate on the bottom of the solution.